Hey, what's up, DLRs? Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. We are talking boats today, and we are going to be replacing the speedometer as well as the Speedo tube that connects to the speedometer, runs all the way underneath our pontoon boat and up through the floor into the back side of the speedometer gauge. Let's take a look. DLRs, we have made our way to the boat, and in our case, it is on the starboard side, and that will depend on your pontoon or speedboat. Yours may be port side, however, coming down to the actual mechanism here. And ours is broken. As you can see, the cable coming all the way up, it broke while it was in the water and basically just zip tied it up as shown there. And coming to this piece right here, inside there is the plastic probe that fits on right there. Again, the whole thing just broke. In addition, this is movable, and in other words, it is slightly up right now because of the cinder block. However, we are going to replace the part, and the brand new one we will not actually position all the way down when it's installed. We will have to wait until the boat is off the cinder blocks and on the trailer. In our case, 3 Phillips screws, 1 on top, 2 on the bottom. We will carefully unscrew and remove that mechanism. Camera now position again, looking directly at the speedometer mechanism, and this is in the slightly up position. And if I continue pulling it up, just be careful, the bottom side is sharp plastic. As you see, it goes up. However, when you launch the boat, whether it's right before you put the boat in the water or immediately after, you want to push this all the way down to the fully down position. However, again, because of the cinder block, we can't go all the way down, but this is a good position to remove the upper screw. Followed by the 2 lower screws. And there it is. And when it's in the full down position, it is like that. It is aggressively slanted down when in the proper configuration and position. To a different camera angle and coming to a close-up view of where we just removed that speedometer and or mechanism from the aluminum plate. And you can clean it, that will be personal preference before you install a brand new one. However, from here, let's go grab the brand new part. Making our way to the workstation. On the other side of the jet ski is the workbench. Let's head there now. Making our way around the jet ski and to the workbench, and here is the brand new part. Down below in the comments and description will be a link on where to purchase this part. We've made our way back to the boat with the brand new speedometer and or mechanism, and before installing it, I'm going to pop this up to the neutral position as shown there. Align it properly and secure it. However, real quick, it did come with brand new shiny hardware, but the thing we just ran into was the screws that came with the brand new part are not actually large enough to secure it, so we are going to revert back to and use our old screws. In DLRs, no need to rush this. Align these screws inside the holes. Do not cross thread them. They should go in extremely easily. And we are not tightening them all the way. I just want to align all the screws before securing them. From here, I'm just loosening them up and aligning it properly, and then I'll secure it. Again, do not over tighten these. You will strip the aluminum. That's not what you want. I'll push this down slightly so I can gain better access to the upper screw. That is good. From here, I'll just shift it up so it does not make contact with the cinder block. However, at the tail end of the project, we will push this slightly down to secure the brand new tube or hose. Now to a close-up view of the brand new part installed. Again, DLRs, do not over tighten those screws. You will strip that aluminum. That's the last thing you want. From here, coming up top, directing our attention to the upper tube or hose, and we are going to clip away that zip tie, and we are going to use painter's tape to tape the brand new tube or hose to the old part and feed it through the entire under portion of our pontoon, as you see coming inside here. There it is right there, that small line or hose or tube, and you can see it is secured with a little lock clip into the wood with a Phillips screw and continues on through several holes of our beams until it's basically directly under the captain's seat helm where all the instruments and steering wheel assembly is, and we'll feed it through the floor and into that compartment and secure it to the speedometer. Making progress, I have removed the brand new tube or hose from the packaging and taped it with, again, painter's tape as you see there, to the old one. And we are going to come under here and carefully unscrew and loosen up that clip so we can continue feeding this tube or hose all the way upstream. Camera position underneath, coming inside with the Phillips screwdriver, and again, just carefully unscrewing that little Phillips screw. And I can probably get away with not removing the screw fully. Basically just loosen it up and pulling that little clip down a little bit, as you see right there. The tube can flow through that much easier. Back outside, I'm coming underneath and grabbing a hold of the hose, and again, just carefully pulling it through that hole. DORs, honestly, it's a good time to take photos before you start pulling the hose through, just to ensure when it comes time to double check everything at the end to make sure everything's good to go. Everything is the exact same as it was. There's the tape. I'm going to go slow, feed it through, don't allow it to disconnect, and it's through, and I will continue pulling it through. And I'm going to leave a little bit, maybe 1.5 feet, so it can go down and secure to the speedometer. Back underneath, and in our case again, we've got this little lock clip, and we need to feed it through that lock clip, as well as 3 total beams until we make it to the point where we can go up through the floor to secure it to the back portion of the speedometer gauge. Again, go slow, no need to rush this. And I will continue on the opposite end and feed it through the additional 3 beams. Making progress, we're making our way upstream, and we have 2 additional little lock clips, as you see, one there after the 2nd beam and after the 3rd beam right there that we carefully loosened up, did not remove fully, but again loosened up. And coming through the final beam here, where it makes its way through the cutout hole of the plywood, as you see there, and feeds upstream, where we can gain access to it inside the boat and re-secure it to the back portion of that speedometer gauge. We've made our way up onto the boat, and DIYers, this step is just as important to be patient and not rush it. And what we are going to do, come over to the speedometer, in our case, upper left, coming down. Here's the access area where we have all of our internal electrical wiring, and right there, check that out. There is the speedometer tube or hose that feeds down into that hole. And what we need to do is follow that actual hose, as you see right there, and it goes all the way up and to the back side up there. And I will scroll all the way in. And there is the hose, as you see, the black in the center and feeding above the pink, black, blue, and purple wiring, and secured into the back portion of the speedometer right there. We are going to carefully remove it from the back of the gauge and pull it down. Coming out and up in DIYers, there is the hose that we just disconnected from the back portion of the speedometer, again up top, upper left. From here, we will just, again, ever so carefully continue to pull the hose or tube through the bottom portion where it goes through the floor until we see the opposite end. Making our way back under, and DIYers, this is a very good time to inspect where the tube and hose comes through. As you can see, ours, after inspecting it, is secured by 3 zip ties. And if I come up here, you can see zip tie number 1, and zip tie number 2 and 3 right down there, and it continues on. Making additional progress, as you can see, we actually had 4 zip ties that secured the old tube to the electrical wiring inside there. Just be patient, go slow. Do not cut any electrical wires. Taking a step back, we are going to continue carefully and patiently pulling that tube and hose through the hole of the floor until we get that blue painter's tape. And it is definitely a bonus having a second person, one down below, carefully feeding the line through the hole, and one up top, carefully pulling it up and out this little access cutout. And I'm bound up. I'm going down below to sort it out so I can continue pulling it up. Back underneath, and here's the painter's tape. We're so close. However, here's where it bound up, and I'm going to basically unwind it so it can feed through that hole much easier. And again, the benefit of having a second person is a huge bonus. Back up top and continuing. And the ORs here is the blue tape, as you see right there. However, I'm back bound up. I'll go down below and unwind it. Back up top from down below, I unjammed it and pulled it out. And from here, just give yourself some slack where you believe you have enough length to feed it all the way up and secure it to the back side of the gauge to that probe. However, first we need to basically remove the painter's tape. And just like every other step, no need to rush this, go slow. Don't damage anything. There it is. Back inside and looking directly at the probe, coming up and above the electrical wiring as shown here, and re-securing it to that probe. To a close-up view, and DIYers, there it is, re-secured. Make sure the hose or tube is flush with the actual fitting here, and all the way on that barred fitting. Coming down and out, now that the tube is re-secured to the back side of the speedometer or the copper probe, we are going to spend a couple minutes and just carefully reroute and secure all the electrical wiring and tube with zip ties. Back to rear starboard side of the pontoon, grabbing the opposite end of the line and feeding it all the way down to the brand new speedometer and making sure I have enough slack to re-secure it to that plastic probe, which I do. What I'm going to do next is actually position the camera up top near the speedometer. I'm going to blow in that just to see if the actual speedometer registers the speed. DORs, as you just saw, everything's working as designed. We'll continue the project and secure everything. Back to the speedometer, I'm going to ever so carefully shift it down. I'm not going to allow it to actually touch the cinder block. And from here, coming up top, grabbing the hose, and I'm going to re-secure it to the plastic probe. Do your absolute best not to break or crack that probe. Bring the line on as best and as straight as you can. And it's much better to have this fully extended to the down position and configuration to do this step, but in our case, unfortunately, we can't. Now to a close-up view of the brand new tube secured to the brand new speedometer probe or fitting, as you see there. And DIYers, just be patient, be careful, do not damage, crack, or break anything. And make sure that brand new tube is pushed flush all the way to the base portion as shown here. And from there, we'll just zip tie that in place. Take a step back, and as you can see, the tube is loose. We are going to go back underneath the boat and pull it through. So there's really no slack on this tube, but do not put too much stress on it. You don't want to damage or crimp it. As you see right here, again, I'll go back inside and re-secure the clips. Making our way back underneath the boat, and we re-secured all of the little lock clips, and we added a brand new lock clip just to ensure the speedometer tube does not rest or make contact with that large steering cable that feeds to the engine. Coming out and around in DIYers, just double check everything, and if all looks good, again, in our case, we are going to keep the brand new speedometer as shown here and positioned where it's not making contact with the cinder block. And once we get the boat on the trailer for launch, we can lower that. We're back with you. It's been about a week and a half, and DIYers, the more I thought about it, we had a lot of excess Speedo hose or tube inside where the electrical wiring was, and we basically gave about 1.5 foot of slack in there and pulled the rest back out. Disconnected it, and we are going to use this awesome cutting tool. Down below in the comments and description will be a link on where to purchase that and cut away the excess hose. And it did just that, and that tool is a must when cutting the tube, and it leaves such a fine, clean cut as shown here.